announcement for Starcast. And last week we had myself. Oh, hold on, it's starting. Hello, everybody. I'm going to turn that off. We had myself, Ben Lesnick, James Pugh, Trendane, Core, and who else was on the show last week, guys? Geekdomo here.
Kin Shadow?
Kin Shadow. So, wow. I just realized I'm being streamed across Trendane's channel, so I was like, where's that sound coming from? So, apparently, this upset many people that are fit. So, people that are under 500 pounds were really offended that we did the show. And so I just wanted to do a little bit of a public service announcement this week and let you all know that myself, I run every other day at 5K. You see I got this little Fitbit thing on. It tracks that I run 5K every other day. Many of the people on the cast actually do exercise. And to say that we are one way or another is a complete binary sort of mentality. It's basically you're saying that because you exercise, that the rest of the world that might be overweight doesn't exercise, and obviously all we do all day is sit around eating Twinkies. Well, I think that's bullshit. And we don't sit around eating fucking Twinkies all day. Well, maybe we do. But the point is, just because you're healthy does not make you a douchebag. Well, just because you exercise all the time doesn't make you any less of a complete and utter douche. Because you can be as ripped as you want to be, and you could still be failing at life. So I just wanted to pass that little service message along to everybody, and let's get started with the Starcast, which tonight I somehow ended up finding a bunch of skinny people. Fuck. That just blows it all out of the water.
What a failure.
I know, complete and utter failure. Hello, everybody. Now we're back with the cast, and everyone. Trendane is deep throating some peanut butter. WTF is eating some chips. We got Starcast. What are you munching on? You got some peanut butter. Clifford is eating a fucking brick of chocolate. Harris is eating one of his manuals, which it doesn't have many calories in it. Harris.
No, I'm not.
No, unfortunately, I haven't got to the CD yet. That's where all the cholesterol is.
Not eating peanut butter.
You're not
eating. Meaning
40%. 40% fat, apparently.
Yeah, Twinkies.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. This pretzel and chocolate is a good combination.
Pretzel and chocolate is good. What are you eating there, bud?
It's sweet.
Me? I had a chocolate bar as well. Gotta love chocolate.
I gotta get Bod's camera back on. Hello, Combo.
Nobody can see him.
Why did that happen? Hold on, let me just start it back up again.
Things.
I'm eating haw flakes.
See, that makes me think you're eating something made from hay.
No, I think it's made from donkeys.
Oh.
No, it's made from hawthorn berries.
Hawthorn berries.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
too
is a
healthy.
hawthorn berry?
That's a fruit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
keep boys right.
No, sorry, you're out. You're out of the group.
At least mine's
like
covered in
fruit.
grease and salt.
It seems
I
too
like
healthy.
fruit.
Especially bananas.
Now, normally I wouldn't have even entertained the guy who is a douche like that. But he went over on Reddit and posted his little deal about how we're all so fat on this show. And then it got about 200 other people leaving comments. Now, about the first 5 were absolute douchebags as well. But there were some people in there that had some great exercise tips and stuff like that. I read the whole thread. And then it got removed from the Star Citizen Reddit because it has nothing to do with Star Citizen. It's just about explaining how much better they are because they exercise and are thinner. Anyway, one thing I do want to go over real quick is that he was like, I'm in the military, I'm a pilot, and because I'm in the military, I can appreciate that I exercise more and everything. And basically, the fucked up thing is he was saying that, we need to learn how to be like in the military. And myself, I was in the Navy, in Trendane, former in the Army. And so we are military people as well. The reason I want to show you something. I take this medication right here called levothyroxine. It's because I have no thyroid anymore. The reason I don't have a thyroid anymore is because I was radiated by my ship. I was on a nuclear-powered cruiser, and I got radiation that took out my thyroid. And if you know anything about fitness and health, Mr. Fitness Guy, you know that the thyroid is kind of essential for your metabolism. So I'm fighting an uphill battle no matter what, even if I am exercising every day like I am. So that's my little rant. Has nothing to do with Starcast, but it just kind of pissed me off that somebody would go on Reddit and talk about us, and he's hiding behind internet anonymity, and the rest of us have to be out here exposing our genitals. All right.
Like you always said, Domo, if you're going to be a good troll, learn about the person first.
Exactly. Learn about the person. And go, dude, you got no thyroid, man. Then I'd be like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'd be sad.
Funny thing is, Domo, he wasn't even a pilot. He was a mechanic. And you know that most of mechanics are people that take the pilot test and fail.
Or he's just...
I know three people who are in the Air Force who are mechanics, and they wanted to be a pilot, and they all failed the pilot test, so they had to become mechanics.
he's just a tool.
So,
all right.
There you go.
So let's move on. I'm sorry. We started off the show like this. It just irked me just the right way. So what's going on, everybody? We have a special guest tonight, Mr. WTF-Osaurus. Woo! You're awful thin, dude. Might be too thin to be on our show. Get off.
yeah.
By the way, Domo, your title is hosting What the Fuckosaurus.
Oh, okay. That's probably should change that. But it still says Star Citizen.
But I mean, it's kind of true.
We are, yeah. We are hosting you tonight. So what that is, everybody, is a brand new feature that just came to Twitch that allows people, like Trendane is right now hosting this stream. And you can host other people live. And I was just hosting WTF-Osaurus to test it out. All right, Starcast. No, it's a Starcast.
Super special Starcast.
And then, so we also have Mr. Perfect Nerd.
I'm back.
Back again.
And we have Mr. Bod in the upper right-hand corner, being our super moderator over the chat, so he's hanging out up there.
What a lovely sausage.
Lovely sausage.
You know what, Steffes? Look.
Oh.
Yeah, me and Domo are sitting. He's right beside me. He's right.
Ooh.
Or
That way, yep.
Yeah, he's around.
Yeah.
Biting the sausage.
Indeed.
Blinders on.
Does my sperm glow in the dark? I don't know, does it glow in the dark?
That'd be kind of cool.
Not usually, she says.
Of course, when I swallow, I don't.
Yeah, when she swallows, she doesn't see.
Good girl! Exactly what I was thinking.
You're welcome, Trendane. That was just for you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Kimball is so fucking moist right now. That's awesome, Kimball. And then we also have Mr. Trendane, of course, down here. Mr. Sergeant Stuckus, as usual. And Clifford, a.k.a. Miku, who is going to be leaving us soon. Clifford, what's going on? You're getting jettisoned to space, is that right?
Yeah, I'm getting jettisoned to space. No, I just won't have the time to be able to be on the cast because of college. Because right after I get from work, it'll be from like 4 until like 9 o'clock at night. So I'll be catching it in between on my iPad.
Well, I just realized I'm probably echoey like all hell.
No.
Oops.
I don't know. Good.
Oh my god. Oh.
But yeah, careers and all that, need that college.
Yeah.
A little bit.
There we go. I fixed it. Okay, so what's on the agenda for tonight, folks? What are we going to talk about? What happened on 10 for the chairman this week?
Some questions were asked and answered.
Mm.
Yeah, and the new badass model was shipped off.
Okay, so Clifford, you're the man.
Yeah.
You have like all the stuff.
Yes.
And you bought which package again?
The completionist.
The completionist. So Clifford is a completionist. And with that package, you got a model?
Yes, a 10-inch Connie model.
Mm.
And this one will be a little bit extra special because Chelsea is having it shipped to CIG, which Chris Roberts will sign it and send it to me. So,
Chris Roberts is signing your 10-inch, and he's sending it to you.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Chris
what I'm on about. Nothing like that, Chris Roberts.
No, but I was really surprised with the model. I mean, when he was showing it off, that it was actually, die
Still
cast
give me the red one.
metal and everything. So that's kind of cool, and how it had movable parts on it.
Okay. Has anybody else here got that ship? Did it only come with the completionist, or did it come with?
No, you got the next tier down. The $5,000 package had the little 8-inch one, and then below that, I think there's a 6-inch, and then it goes 3-inch. I think.
Okay.
It's funny
Just
that you
but-
call
to
an
see how
8-inch
well they
little.
scale.
Yeah, because I don't know, because that being the bigger model, the little ones might have just have moving parts, but it might be less moving parts versus the bigger one.
They said that they you may be able to buy them separately as well, depending on like, feedback or something. I don't know.
Yes.
The way she was saying that it sounded like they had ordered extra, and that if they have any left over, if everybody claims theirs, I guess, or answers to Chelsea's concierge, they're supposed to send them out, and then if they have a bunch left over, because I'm pretty sure they bought it extras.
Go as fast as those dog tags.
Yeah, right.
Keychain version.
Oh, one other thing. While you guys are in chat, if you have any questions, please type them in brackets, question bracket, and we will try to answer them the best we can at the end of the show. Does anybody have a good picture of the Constellation model? I'm looking for some, and I don't seem to see it.
I had one. Let me see if I can find it real quick, Domo.
It's not my tappy tappy.
Yes, somebody else is tappy.
I think that was mine.
Bad tappies.
Is that better?
That's good. It's just
Damn
whenever
mechanical
someone's typing
keyboards.
loud, I just have to show my hands.
Yeah,
so-
so I don't blame bot. Exactly.
There we go.
Did you find it?
Nice. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's
No, that's the that's we could talk about later.
yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's the leaked. I guess I can show that as long as we're.
Yeah, because they said that the concepts of that was complete.
So they leaked out the 890 jump. Now let me show you guys a picture of it, and it caused a lot of problems and consternation.
That's where Reddit went insane.
Reddit lost its mind, and the problem was that on the official Reddit forums, the moderators deleted any post that that had it.
Yep.
So, what do you guys think about that? Should the mods of an external site be assisting SIG that way?
No.
Maybe.
I would say yes.
Probably, I mean,
What-
if they want to keep their credibility as the official Star Citizen Reddit or whatever, if they want to have a healthy relationship with SIG, then yeah, they should be doing whatever they ask, really.
Now, one of the comments was by SIG, and they said that they shouldn't have done anything. That was sort of something on their side that they said, and that if people wanted to share it on Imgur or whatever, that they were allowed to do so. But I understand why they did what they did, because of what Wingman said in his channel. This is for this and not for anywhere else. That being said, I mean, I had people sharing it on my channel. That's how I found out about it. And then I don't know if they got it from the Reddit post or if they got it from the thing, but I mean, it was inevitable that it's going to get out, right? Like once it's on Imgur, it's out on Imgur. So, there's other ways that it can be shared outside of just Reddit, but I think that's like one of the things that they must know that if they're going to show something, that there's going to be somebody there that's either A, recording the whole thing, or B, is going to take some sort of screenshot and share that with other people for the Reddit points that are good for getting a new boat. So it's it's inevitable that that's going to happen, and they must know, right? Like even when they say, "Oh, guys, don't share this,"
it's going to leak.
It's definitely going to leak, right?
Yeah, that's the point.
Look at what's going on with the subscriber stuff, right? Like with all the jump points and things like that. I'm not a subscriber, but I've seen all of it.
That was we were talking about this offline the other day. Is that you can sit there and they can try to be like, okay, this is only for subscribers, and it might be only for subscribers for about 30 seconds, and then it's going to get spread across the universe. And while I understand that, and I do appreciate that is a valid point, they should still give it to the subscribers first, just because the subscribers, that's kind of what they're paying for every month, is to get the kind of exclusivity. Now, once it gets leaked, then SIG can just throw their hands up and be like, well, we told you guys this is for you, and you went and spread it, or somebody went and spread it and leaked. But at least they could say, look, it was posted here 5 minutes before it went out to the web, and so you guys had it for 5 minutes, but after that, they can't stop it, obviously. I mean, how are they going to stop it?
That's one of the reasons why when I do a Galactic Guide entry or a company portfolio, I don't post it until that particular issue of Jump Point is released, publicly. Because otherwise, if I just post it to the subscriber form, somebody there is going to say, "Oh, here's this thing," and I'm like, "Nope, not going to give you that opportunity."
Here, Domo, I just did a quick clip of it for you.
Okay.
There you go.
Is this yours? Do you have it, like?
No, just put it in the deal right there. That's just from the footage of the actual 10 for the chairman. That's tomorrow. Okay. I took a quick snippet of it for you on the fly.
Cool. It's going to take you 3 hours to download. Skype downloading is terrible.
Yeah.
Clifford, did you go through do your notes tonight?
Oh, yes.
Do you want to lead off and tell us what we should be talking about then?
Oh, okay. Well, huh?
No, sorry.
Well, of course, since she did it in Austin this time, Mark Skelton was there, and he did announce that he was auctioning off his gold shirt to Julia's Cruz's, because she has liver cancer, so he's going to try and raise her some money.
That's good.
Which is, it's a good thing. And then also they announced that the CIG member, Star Citizen member, Pleasure, won the design logo for the 10 for the chairman.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then they, of course, reiterated that they're still working on patch 12.5 for Arena Commander. The news on the dogfighting, they said that they were still working on the issues of course, the rubber banding. Like, I've watched WTFO, is still happening when he plays it. So,
Yep.
The big news, I guess, was coming mainly out of Foundry 42. They were finally told us that New Horizon is the new game mode, which will be released soon. They said they're also working on the hood design and attachments for additional ships, which is their 350R Origin Racer, the Super Hornet, which is the 2-seater, and then the Connie.
Okay.
So they're working on the designs and more of the attachments.
Anything about the Starfarer, maybe?
No, they didn't mention nothing about the Starfarer, unfortunately.
I can only wish and dream.
Or asteroid hangers or Cutlass variants.
Yeah, I want to
know.
see the Connie variants. I mean, see them, because having some, I want to see them. So, and also on this Squadron 42 was also they're working on for Gamescom demo also the dogfighting module for the convention. And then the concept work that they begun working on was the Xi'an cargo ship. And white boxing for the missions 1 and 2 has commenced, and they're at a playable stage. So they're actually being able to play through 1 and 2 mission, but they're in white box form currently. And they also have been working on the face animations and everything, meaning they got the photo capture and they're working on the animations actual in-game. So that was kind of cool to hear. I think, and that means they're working pretty fastly on Squadron 42. So that's good to see. On the Persistent Universe team, they said he went into detail. Mark did. He explained what the game design documents were, and basically, it's like a blueprint of what the Persistent Universe is going to be for Star Citizen. It's basically their guidelines on how everything's going to go as they build it. And then the research has been done and finished on the volumetric atmospheric effects for when you're going through the atmosphere to land on the planets. And also they have imported finally all the galaxy data on the first 5 systems that are now in their rightful place in our universe. And they are also enhancing the new and improved revamped hangars.
Okay.
Which of course, I sent you that clip if you want to show that. Of I think it was the business hangar. They showed that clip, which I took a snippet of that, and that was pretty sweet. What?
Well, the only issue is you sent it to me, and on this computer, I'm still setting everything up. This is my new streaming one. For those in the audience who don't know what I'm talking about, I have 2 computers running now. I got one that's my gaming one, one's my streaming one, and I got the streaming one set up for OBS, but I don't have the video plugin. I don't have the video player plugin, so I can't play a video. Shit.
Oh well, it's pretty epic. It was a lot.
You know what I might be able to do though? Hold on. Let me just grab the screen, and I'll just close down Skype.
Okay. But it was really neat. It wasn't as bright, but of course they're still working on it. But it seemed a lot bigger to me. I don't know why. It just had more features to it. What'd you think?
I was a bit jealous actually, because I'm just like, I saw it and it was all nice and bright and shiny and clean looking, and I'm like, I want one that looks like that. And they showed they've got like a catwalk running around the very sort of perimeter that you can go up on, and they showed a shot of looking down on a freelancer, and I have to say that the hangar looked at least twice as wide as the original business hangar used to be. So
it looks like it can hold much bigger ships.
I wouldn't be surprised if you could fit a Connie in there now.
Yeah, I thought it was funny though. During the video, you could tell they didn't have everything worked out because all the ships were like tilted, like they were.
They were making new ships.
Okay. Yes.
All right, guys, I'm gonna play it here. I guess it's got sound too. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I just.
So this is the new business hangar?
Yeah, if it's
that looks epic.
It's big.
It looks so much better than I always liked the business hangar was my favorite of all of them anyway. I didn't like the deluxe hangar. It's too red, too maroon.
Well, I'm hoping it will change when these new iterations come out.
Yeah, I see what the ships are all making babies. What is the baby of a Hornet and a 300i?
An M50?
An Aurora? Oh, an M50.
I wonder what that room up top is going to be for.
Oh, that little deal that was overset.
Yeah, like the little. Oh, there it is. The little room that they didn't go in.
Yeah, it looks like a little command center or something. It almost looks like the mirror image of what they showed off on the asteroid hangar, where you had that big command center deal. But also, I really like the detail and care that they're putting in the asteroid hangar because it looks gritty. It looks like you would like to work in there and stuff. And the other one's a little bit fancier, but I'll probably be in my asteroid hangar more than the other one.
Yeah, the asteroid hangar I think looks a lot more lived in and a lot more used than the other ones that we're seeing. But this one's still a work in progress, right? So who knows? I don't expect it to be as dirty or gritty as the asteroid hangar, but maybe if it had a little bit more feeling of it being like there's been ships in there before.
Very cool looking. Any word? I'm excited about the asteroid one because when is that coming? Isn't that soon?
Yeah, it should be pretty soon.
I think they said it was in patch 13, and we're waiting currently on 12.5. Is when it's going to be in. But I think, in all honesty, I think that when they release the asteroid hangar, obviously they're going to be, I think it would be a dumb move on CIG's behalf not to be able to upgrade to it, and a lot of people are going to want to upgrade to it. But if they wait until the other hangars are ready and sort of release them all at the same time, then that way people will know whether they want to upgrade or not.
Yeah, because the newer designs might be just as good,
Right, you might like the business hangar more than the asteroid hangar after it's been redone, but before, maybe not, so...
Yeah.
I'm still kind of wondering what that new Horizon is going to be like when they release that for
any more words on that?
No, it just says that they're almost finished with it, and there's supposed to be a new game mode for it. But they won't say what it is.
What the game mode is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be great if it was space trucking. But I seriously doubt that.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that was really when they sat down and talked together that I thought was interesting was when they were talking about the ships themselves. A lot of people had questions, which how they says this one will seat 1, this one will seat 2, seat 3, 4, and they said that now they said, yeah, you can have as many people as you want on your ship. That's just the amount of seats that are active posts that they can work. But you can have, even if it sits 5, you can have 10 people on there with you or more. So you can actually have a crew. Say you have a ship that only seats 4. You can actually have 8 people with you and rotate the 4 between going to, if you're doing a long run to different star systems. Well, those 4 players can run the ship for so long, and then the others need a break, and then you swap them out. While they're on the ship with you.
Or if you need an epic boarding party.
Ship.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say we get to smuggle workers for my 890 jump. In my
Yeah.
WTF, you're playing a lot of the dogfighting module kind of nonstop.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts of the new patches coming up, and what looks good to you? Anything that looks exciting?
Number 1 is getting rid of that rubber banding is really important to me. Obviously, like what's happening now is when you get up to 3-4 players, up to that point, it's fine. Everything's pretty smooth on my end, anyways. Everybody's moving around smoothly. Once you hit 5, 6, and it goes all the way up to 8, it gets ridiculous. Like, I feel bad about any kills I get. I get pissed off when I get killed because it's like I don't even know what's coming. I can't aim for anything. So that's like the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. What I think they mentioned that they may release the patch early without the rubber banding stuff. What I think they should do with that as well, they probably aren't going to, but they should reduce the amount of people that are in Arena Commander at a time. They should reduce it down to 4, so it's at least running smoothly, or running more smoothly than it is right now, just until they have that fix in, so it is playable for people, right? Because there's a lot of people who don't want to play it just because of that. Yeah. Like a lot of people, and it gets even frustrating for me, and it's like, all right, I'm going to play Dead Space or something now because I just can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Do you get mad at Dead Space?
Yeah, and then I get mad at Dead Space and I go back to Arena Commander. And yes, I hail from the Great Canada. So yeah, that's what I'd like to see. There's also some other stuff. We're gonna see the new Vanduul boss or enemy ship or whatever. I don't know if it's gonna still be a scythe or if it's going to be a different Vanduul ship. Is it the Queen for sure, or is that sort of what the speculation is?
No, it's just kind of our joke on the show, the Vanduul Queen. You gotta catch her. Gotta catch her all.
Yeah, gotta catch her all. Yeah, so there's that. I would really like to see friends lists implemented.
Yeah.
I mean, squadron battle right now is pointless. There's no communication. They also said that I think they're going to bring in key binding, which that may or may not introduce strafing. So while you're in coupled mode, which would be really nice. Just for like the more maneuvers and things like that as well. But yeah, like the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is a fix on the rubber banding. I know that it's right now the issue that created that is with the physics, and it's something that that's why it's been taking so long. And it's been super awesome that they've let us into a little bit and let us know that that's what's going on, and they're trying to fix it. But if they can't fix it in the next week or something, I think they should just reduce the limit of players in Arena Commander until they have that fixed. Also, I think there's too many people in for the size of Arena Commander anyways. I think 8 people in there makes it feel like Unreal Tournament. And I mean, it's okay, I guess, but to me it just feels like it's too many.
No, I have not even played multiplayer yet because I just don't have. I'm at 240 and they're at 200. What happens? Can you respawn indefinitely or not? Or like 3 or 4 times?
That's the other thing. Okay, so when you have infinite respawns, what it is a point-based system. It doesn't matter how many deaths you have or how many kills you have. It's based on how much damage you do overall, right? So I could get 0 kills, but as long as I got the most damage on a player before someone else stole my kill, then that counts as my points. And so it's the first to 16,000 or 15,000, I think. 15 or 16,000, I don't know. And then, but at 15 or 16,000, you need to get a kill to win. So I've been up to like 20,000 points because people keep stealing my kills, and it's like, all right. So I just have to keep going and going until I get that final kill.
Yeah, I could see having a smaller group would probably lessen the rubber banding issue and would probably fix that kind of thing as well.
Yeah. And it would be nice, like, for me to be able to fly with my org and stuff like that, and be able to have, like, especially in the squadron battle, have people on TeamSpeak to sort of, not necessarily, like, even for, like, training or whatever, like, some people are trying to learn how to do it better. It would just be a lot easier to sort of get newer players in who feel intimidated by the flight model and start helping them out. So it would be like like the private matches and whatever. That's going to be really nice when that's implemented.
I think personally, SIG wants to have the epic star battles from Star Wars. You know, like when all the ships are flying around, there's like 400 ships flying around, big capital ships are coming through. I think that's ultimately what they'd like to have at some point, and maybe that's why they're thinking, let's have 8, then we'll have 16, then we'll have 60 before we know it.
And that's fine, but I just think that the area that we have right now is just too small for that. Like,
yeah, it really is.
Like, it takes like 2 minutes to go from one side to the other, and then if you don't turn around fast enough, you go through that barrier, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
so it's an auto death. Yeah,
that's one of the things that I myself doesn't like, because I wanted to try to just do free flight, and Trendane has talked about this as well before too. You know, you get into free flight and you can fly for about 2 minutes, and then you turn around and go back the other way. So it's not really
the most
free
exciting
flight.
thing you can do in free flight right now is land on that little platform, jump out, and do some EVA.
Yeah,
but that's about it. Like, there's nothing. Like, you can't go and explore anything, which I think would be like. They've shown, you've seen some of those videos on Reddit where people have sort of glitched past that barrier, and then they can keep going. And I think that it would be cool if they just got rid of that barrier, and after that certain area, it just goes, especially because it's just you can just go out into infinite blackness. But it'd be cool to just get that more of a feeling of exploration.
Yeah, or just let us fly around the planet.
Bigger playground.
Yeah, the planet is already rendered, so just like put a bubble around it, but make it to where we can fly all the way around the planet. Right now, you can only go a couple kilometers in each direction.
Yeah.
Well, is the planet really there? That's the question.
Yeah, the planet's there.
I mean, it's there, but it's not an actual planet. It's just a rendering of a planet.
It's not an image. You can fly right around it. There's a video, I think that Fiendish Feather did or something like that, where they actually went through, and you can go up to it. It's actually a 3D model.
We've always been together. We're full of a kind, having fun all day.
I forgot. I was not expecting anything. I did.
Best friends are we.
It's singing the song.
I love you, yeah.
I love you, Clifford. I know you don't hear it because I have my goddamn headphones on. You're a bastard. Why are you donating? You're bad. Thank you, Clifford.
You're welcome.
All right.
But yeah, it's not right now. It's not a skybox. It's all rendered there.
Yeah.
Those planets are actually there.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Everyone keeps asking who the little guy is up in the corner. We only have room for 6 people on the chat, but we usually seem to have 6 people that want to be on. And I'm like, well, we gotta put somebody somewhere. And because Bod is our moderator. I have him moderating the chat in the upper corner up there.
I would like that spot.
You want that spot, Clifford?
Yeah, that'd be a cool spot. That's the cool spot. Especially if I put my pug mask on someday.
You could do that. And I'm also looking into getting a pug cam. I've been watching Tangent Gaming has his, what's his kitty cat called? Moo Moo? Something like that? He's got a cat cam. So it's just a cam that sits on the floor, and Otis sits down here and he sleeps on the floor. So
yeah. My pug mask is up there.
Oh God! What are all those things on the left, Clifford? Give us a tour of the room.
That's all my wife's Gundam wing stuff.
Oh God!
She collects every little piece of Gundam wing you could think of.
And you have a slot machine. That's where Clifford gets all his money. Everybody.
Yeah, that's my slot. That's my anime slot machine. She got me from. It's called Rio something or another. That's going to go in my game room once it's finished.
But Clifford really isn't wealthy. He just keeps pulling the lever and it keeps giving him money. So. It's magic.
That's how those things work. That's how.
And so the Gundam are in the terrariums back there.
Oh no, that's my little corn snake Hebe. She's like a pinkish red. She's real long. She's about longer than I can stretch my arms
longer
out.
than you can spread your arms on. Cat.
Yes, yeah. That's my little corn snake.
Clifford doesn't.
Is her last name GB?
EBGB.
EBGB.
Well, in Japanese, Hebe is snake.
Oh,
I think Hebe. Yeah.
So, can you speak Japanese?
Hmm?
Can you speak Japanese?
Just a little bit. I mean, I've
Just from what you picked up from all the hentai you have?
Well, I'm not going to deny or that's.
Like the fact that you go with deny first.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to deny, but I do have a bunch of anime, and I do watch. Since I have a subscription to Crunchyroll, I do watch a lot of subtitle stuff. So
yeah,
I've been watching that for like over 15 years. So yeah, I obviously picked up enough.
Cool. All right, let's move on. So anything else from the list that we didn't cover yet, Clifford?
And also, the Team Austin, they said the concept work, of course, has been finished on the 890 jump, which was exposed. And then they're working on the Anvil Crack concept is being worked on alongside the variants of the Mustang. Animation, they're doing the hooking up on the animation of the Connie, the Super Hornet, and the M50, meaning, you know, all the little interactions and stuff like that they're working on, wrapping that up. And then they had, of course, the long little sit down with Rob Irving. And then they did a little bit of developer dogfighting, which was kind of stupid, in my opinion, but...
They were bad.
Yeah, it was just... I don't know why they put that in there. I was just like, eh. And I thought it was funny how Mike Skelton kept pointing out how what's her name had that big ring from the motion caption. She was here, Sandy, because you could tell her hair was like.
Yeah, she had the line across her forehead.
Yeah, she had the line across because she was wearing that cap and because she was doing a bunch of motion capture while she was down there. But other than that,
so Sandy's going to be in the game.
She's going to be definitely in the. I think
maybe she's motion capturing.
Stuff like that.
Are they going to scan her like with the that scanning system?
Well, the photos that they showed of her, she was running and jumping off of. They showed that they had a ramp set up for her, so obviously she was doing a lot of different.
Maybe she's doing motion capture for the female model.
Probably so.
Could be.
Because she had all the balls on her. She wasn't. It didn't look like they were doing that.
And we get to the point. I guess everyone is really curious to know if they're going to be doing a full nude body scan of her. That's what everyone in the chat.
That'll happen. That'll happen with modding for sure.
Well, I'm not talking about the modding. I'm just saying that because you know that what's the name of that company? Well, it's that company. Infinite Realities, right? Isn't it? What's it called?
Right.
Yeah, is that
the same company that's doing the motion capture?
Well, no, but that's how they get the model in. They have to do a full nude of them, and then they put the clothes on afterwards. I'm wondering if Sandy's going to let that happen, because if that happens, you know that it's going to get out somehow. Like it will leak somewhere.
I call absolute bullshit on that.
You think?
They'd
you
probably
think that it's bullshit, or that she's going to do that, or bullshit that she's...
No, I call bullshit on the fact that they have to do a nude scan, because the video that you put out was like a year ago.
Yeah.
About those guys, not a single schmeckle in the whole thing.
You're right. They didn't know no schmeckle.
They can shut the hell up. There were boobs.
Lots of boobage and vagina.
A little bit of
I didn't show vagina on mine, but if you get that program, you can zoom right in. You go right into the vagina.
But all the guys, nope, they're wearing very skin tight trunks, but no.
You got to admit
don't have to.
That black dude was hung trending.
Well,
I'm not denying.
But I mean, yeah, I could see them doing like the body scan on the upper torso of the male, for certain outfits or something like that, naked. But yeah, in total nude, they wouldn't need that.
Probably not.
Right, so my question would be, why would they need to do a nude on a woman? I mean, to say we have to do a nude on...
It's titillating.
It's...
exposure. Give them more coverage.
Well, honestly, okay, let's just... forget it's Sandy. Let's just talk about a woman in general. So if you're doing... if you're going to be clothing these women, you want to have them fully nude. You probably don't need their nipples. But everything else you probably do, because say like they have a different type top that has a lower cut or some kind of dress, then they have to go in and like say they didn't scan from like the chest down, then they'd have to go and like fake model in some kind of like where their bellies.
Would just cover it with skin tone, right?
But that doesn't look good. It's the reason it looks so great. I mean, you can see the moles, you can see all the hair on their body. This scan is extremely high def, so that's why I think they need to do a full. Maybe like I said, cover the nipples up if they want to. And then maybe cover their groin. But then everything else should probably be done so that they can show skin in different ways.
That's why that gentleman looked so good in the Freelancer commercial, because they used it. I mean, you could tell, just up close, the sweat on him, everything. It looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Darth Zaborski, Stephen Hawking's full body scan. Yeah. Nude scan. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. What else? What else there, Clifford?
That's about it, other than they were just asked some random questions to the lead developer. That was about it. I mean, there wasn't much substances go around. I mean, I think that's why they did the developer battle and a little bit longer on the bug smashers to fill in the gap.
Mm-hmm. What was he smashing this week? Anything exciting?
They were just going over how they smushed the bug on the Gatling guns on top of the Hornet weren't firing, and they showed how they fixed that issue. It was something with the pulling in the script. It wasn't pulling that segment of the gun for some reason. They found out what it was and they fixed it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We kind of skimmed over this, but it is kind of a controversial subject, and somebody in chat was just asking what was going on with Sandy and the 890 jump leak. I knew nothing about this. All I heard is that the leak came out and everyone got pissed, and then the whole thing happened on Reddit. But what happened with SIG? Because I did hear through the rumor mill that it was kind of a big issue.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What it is when
I'll show it on the screen.
After Wingman's Hangover, it was kind of like an unspoken rule. Anything we show on Wingman's Hangover, it stays on Wingman's Hangover. You don't show anything. Mm-hmm. That's why people went there, because he would show things he wouldn't normally show under the trust of the Star Citizen population, that they wouldn't show any of it, that it wouldn't get posted on Reddit, nothing. And he ended up showing the computer screens that had the 890 jump on it. And somebody took a screenshot or, print screen, whatever you want to do while the stream was going, and posted it. And that's why it caused a big controversy, because they weren't supposed to show that, like, physical picture of it.
What do you guys think of it? I have it up on the screen.
How does this relate to Sandy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how does it relate to Sandy? I don't know what Sandy... I don't know what it has to do with her. Other than she kind of mentioned it around the verse, saying, yeah, and somehow the 890 jump ended up getting shown, and then she kind of left it at that. She didn't go any further about it. So obviously, I guess she was a little... Go ahead. The
only people I heard, or I saw freaking out about it was... some people in the Reddit community. That was it. And where was it that I saw? They were talking to CIG or something like that. They didn't really care that much. I think it was maybe a post that they had made or something like that. And they kind of knew that once it's sort of been put out there, that it's gonna get out. That's it. And this is what I was saying earlier, right? They have to know that. Even if they give those rules, there are going to be people that are going to either screen cap or record it, and they're going to put it out there, whether it be on Imgur or Reddit or 4chan or wherever it may be. It showed up on my channel, it showed up on Reddit, it showed up in a few places. So it's inevitable that if they're going to show something, and this is the same thing that happens with the subscriber content as well, right? Is even though it's meant for subscribers and then they release it later for the general public or whatever, it still gets released earlier than that. And they have to know that that's sort of, they should expect that. I mean, whether that's right or not, if they're gonna take the chance and put it out there, they should know that 99%, if it's something that someone thinks other people are going to be interested in, it's definitely going to get out.
Yeah, it's what Chris Roberts chose. He chose this open path of development road to show everybody, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how the actual process works. And I commend him for it. And it's just, it's going to be based on an honor system, basically. People are just going to have to be, don't show stuff if they ask you not to show it. Just be respectful. And that's the only thing morally you can take from it, is just be respectful of their wishes. That they're giving us windows into a career that many of us haven't ever walked down, and say, oh, so this is actually what they do behind the scenes. This is how hard coding really is. So, you know, people just need to relax, and if they say don't post it, don't post it. Be respectful to them, you know, or you know, go ahead.
I'm just going to they should know better. This is the internet. It doesn't matter how secure that is. Even if they just show it to people in a private room that no one can join, even if they don't post it immediately, someone there would have kept a copy of that picture, and sooner or later they'll get out. I mean, welcome to the internet. You know,
Yeah.
They work in an internet. They work for an internet
open platform,
company.
right?
How can they not expect that? They can't get mad at that.
It's like when I post stuff over on Reddit, I know it's going to get downvoted. Like, I just know it's going to happen, and I just kind of have to accept it. The only thing I hope is that we get enough upvotes so people can watch the show, because there are people that do like our show, but there's a community over there that has this just hard on for downvoting anything of content, anything at all.
Yeah. They just look at it as you're just trying to self-promote, and you're not bringing anything good to this and whatever.
Right.
This is how I found out about Starcast. You know, is through Reddit.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Ranger XML just kind of gave a whole breakdown of what happened. The community moderator from SIG freaked out and started threatening people on Reddit. Reddit mods went into cleanup, and Reddit folk went into a huff that SIG was bullying them. SIG chimed in that they have hands off with Reddit, and the community mod overreacted. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Before I forget, there was one more thing that happened this week.
Yes.
But unless you are in the pirate community, you wouldn't really know too much about it. Yar, matey. Dirty pirate hookers. So basically, there was a post on Reddit that, and I have a question after this as well for you guys. But there was a post on Reddit about a large organization, Explore, infiltrating and trying to destroy a bunch of the pirate orgs. And then there was sort of a response from that, and now there's all the pirate orgs are all talking together and all this other stuff, and everybody's all worried about it, and there's all this theory crafting and everything about what's going on. My question to you guys is, do you think that it's too early in the game development cycle for people to be worrying about this kind of stuff? Like, for me, I don't care. Like, there's going to be ways for me to sort of figure out who's being spies and whatever, but for right now, it doesn't matter to me at all. It's like, you know, I'll deal with that when that time comes, but people are trying to put groups together and sort of, you know, get TeamSpeak meetings going, and they want me to send like people, like, I mean, it's fun, it's interesting. I'm still interested in like doing it and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, well, that's a little bit too much for we have Arena Commander right now, right? Like, how much can a spy do at the moment, right? Like, I don't know. I just think it was a little bit early for that, but a lot of people were freaking out about it, and a lot of I guess certain communities are worried about that, and I just think it's too early. But
yeah,
what do you guys think? Like, and this is the same thing with. Oh, sorry to cut you off, but this is the same thing with like setting up like leadership positions and stuff like that, and orgs. Like, I don't understand how people can do that when the game isn't necessarily out yet.
I feel like. Go ahead. Sorry, Harris.
I was gonna say, I feel like, you know, groups are actually, people will be surprised at how much the composition of groups will change by the time Persistent Universe goes live, and how many groups that are being formed now will just die off, you know, in between now and then, because, you know, they're just not going to have anything to do in terms of, you know, being able to organize any sort of coordinated effort until the Persistent Universe beta goes live, which is not for, you know, years. That's like years out kind of proposition. So really, I think that, you know, you can worry about, there's some orgs, I think, like larger organizations like Imperium, they worry about things like spies and stuff like that, because they're going to stick around. They know for a fact that they're going to stick around until launch.
I'm not giggling at Imperium. I'm giggling at the fact that people are getting worked up about this stuff already because it just.
I think it's way too early for it.
Way too early.
Way too early.
The thing is that it's one thing if they're worried about stuff happening in game, which yes, it's ridiculously early to worry about anything because we don't even know how half the systems are going to work in Persistent Universe anyway. But they are worried about securing their own website against people trying to hack into it. People doing Eve-like shenanigans. They're worried about that kind of stuff more than the actual game mechanics, because it's like, okay, especially like Imperium, it's just a huge target. That's what it is. They just they painted a giant target on, like, we have 2,000 ex-members, whatever. Just painting a gigantic target on themselves. So that's the sort of thing I think that they might be kind of justified in worrying about, but especially smaller orgs, don't even think about that stuff right now.
I have not even... Everybody who's in my organization, everybody's a swabby. I haven't even changed...
Same with mine.
Yeah, I've not changed anybody. Yeah.
We'll figure it out when, as people start to come in, I'll build my squads up and stuff. Some people say that, I'm going to do first-person shooter, or, I'm going to do space trucking, or, I'm going to be such and such pilot. It's like, well, until you actually get in and start doing it, then you have no idea. Like, I really like Arena Commander right now, but I may end up liking first-person shooting a lot more. Or I may enjoy flying an Idris or something else a lot more, or even space trucking, right? So I don't, even though, for example, my org is a pirate-based org, because I think that's what's going to be really fun, that doesn't mean that we're not going to be doing all kinds of other stuff, and who knows, that may change as well.
So, sorry, I forgot Bod's name, so I fixed it. You like that, Bod?
Bod the sausage.
Bod the sausage, 699.
So,
there's so much more, to it coming down the line of, not necessarily even just, the combat, but you guys are going to have the combat, going to first-person shooter, to enable to board, and then from there, also you're going to have, cyber attacking the other ship, trying to shut down their repairs, going on to their engines. I mean, there's so many positions, so many hats you could wear in that universe. There's no telling what you're going to be. You might, want to be a space wrecker, but by the end of the end game, you might be something totally different you never thought you were going to be.
Exactly. It may play out a lot different than how people expect. So, like, everybody says that, in Arena Commander, the ships are too twitchy, so I just want to do first-person shooting, or I just want to run the stock market. Well, maybe the bigger ships aren't going to handle like that. Like, we have no idea, right? Until we actually play it.
Exactly. Nobody knows. It's all still up in the air.
But yeah, I think that the organization worrying about, somebody infiltrating this, it'd be like if I'm in Stockus's, part of his organization.
Balls deep.
Oh, I'm in there. Now I'm going to tear it from the inside. Oh, well, I don't have nothing to do it with. I mean, you're just sitting there. I mean, I don't know what they're worried about.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Silly.
Please, by all means, infiltrate me.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like, what are they going to do in my org? What are they going to do? Seriously. Oh, they're going to undermine it.
I've already infiltrated Trendane. I'm in the base.
Wait, I think, Trendane, did you appreciate that?
Well, somewhat, yes.
Yay!
I didn't even
I
ask.
think Severett's
He's
infiltrated
married,
everybody.
so.
Relum, are we streaming right now? Because I never talked about it. I see he's in the chat, but are we streaming right now, Relum?
I don't know if we're on the base or not.
One thing I do want to mention is tomorrow night on the base, they are giving away a Gladius. I need to get the link, though. I'll get the link and I'll put it in the chat.
It's got that penetrating power.
The Gladius?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's not just the link to the base. There was a link that Snowed One gave me earlier.
On the front of their website, there's a link to
the giveaway. Okay, great. So I wanted to mention that. Yeah. So, we are streaming on the base as well. Hello, base listeners. Trying to figure out what we're talking about over here.
Love the base.
Yeah. All right. You guys want to get started with the Q&A time?
Do it.
Q&A time.
Let's do this.
All right, who would like to be our Q&A reader tonight? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody wants to do it. I'll do it. No, I'll do it. Fuck it. I got it. I got this.
Fine, you fuck it then.
Yeah, fuck
it.
All right.
Exciting.
I know, right? I haven't read these questions in a long time. Okay. Oh my god, there's like 800 from Aster Ganawak.
The new Cyberwolf.
Is the new
ASN.
I'm gonna call I'm gonna call him ASN because oh my god, lots of letters and stuff, and I have
That's his
dyslexia.
nickname on my channel.
Oh, okay, good. You know him.
Cyberwolf did implant himself, even though he's working.
Yes. Okay. So Cyberwolf says, question: this week we got to see the 10 inches. He. Model of the Connie certain pledgers will get. Do you think it would be a good idea for SIG to offer more 10 inches of all the most popular ships for sale privately or separately? Not privately. What do you think?
I don't know.
I would love to comment on the 10-inch thing. Okay?
Go, you can do it because, see, as I ask the questions, I should not answer them because then it just goes right into I just ask and answer. And
okay.
So it was about them selling them separately?
Should they make like a Starfarer and make
other
that
ships and selling them separately?
Oh.
Yeah. Should you be able to go to the pledge store and buy a 10-inch version of the 300i as it is just by itself?
Maybe after the game came out.
Yeah, I'd say they leave it to. I wouldn't necessarily. I would have them go to like whoever they used for the Connie. I wouldn't exactly imply it into their store, like you said. When actually Star Citizen come out, I'm pretty sure there's going to be memorabilia out there. I mean, to buy other than just through their store. That necessarily, yeah, they should come up with other toys, but I would let an actual
toy.
Yeah.
It's not a toy. It's an action figure.
No, action figure model, resin
it's
model.
A statue.
It's a statue. Statuette.
A centerpiece. But yeah, I think they should come up with other chips. My big thing on the 10-inch model, because people kind of, well, because I made a comment on that, because people were like, oh yeah, we want the 10-inch too. My beef with that is, okay, for us completionists who donated a lot to CIG, if they do make it available to other people, I believe they should make it comparable in price to what we had to pay for to get it. I don't think it should just be doled out. I think it should be whatever it costs them to make it and a little bit more so that it's actually worth it, because if everybody gets one, it doesn't seem that special anymore. It really doesn't.
Yeah. Well, it is solid metal, right? Like,
yeah,
this thing is solid metal. I think like it's gonna cost a pretty penny to make them, but like that's a good point that you raised. They could sell it for a profit, but look at what they did with the dog tags and stuff like that, right? Like they're worried that they're not going to sell, so they only put so many up. And it's sort of the same thing with the ships. You know, it's not just getting the ships made, but it's, you know, they have to model them, they have to get another company to put them together and paint them and all this other stuff, and then they're not sure that they're going to sell, so they may lose money doing it. So I think they should, if they're going to do it at all, that they should definitely wait until after the full game is out. Until, like, don't worry, like, right now we're still building the game. Use that money for the game, right? Like, obviously you guys spent a shit ton of money. This is an appreciation thing, but by them selling, like, I get the t-shirts, I get the smaller little knick-knacks and towels and things like that. That's
Those are
fine.
easy stuff, yeah.
But once they start turning into a more physical goods store, I mean, all that money. It's not like when you buy a ship, all that money just goes to CIG. When you're buying physical goods, some of that money goes to CIG, and some of that money goes to the original company that made it, right? So I really don't think they should be expanding their physical goods store. If anything, they should be, you know, doing that do it after the game launches. I'm sure lots of people will want to buy it, but I think now it's just too early for that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, especially when it comes to like making more models. But I feel like for the Connie, if they wanted to take that mold and just make, instead of having it all metal, make like a plastic version of it and sell that on the store, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, because it's not any additional sort of modeling or R&D kind of deal. They're just like, okay, we have the mold that we paid an enormous amount of money for. We'll just make a bunch of plastic ones instead. And I'm sure people would buy those.
Yeah.
And that would be a good difference in between the people who are completionists and those who aren't, because the completionists still have the metal version of that. and that's still something to say, hey, this is like the heavy duty metal one, and then the average Joe can buy the plastic one.
And I know Yoko was making a point, mine's signed, but I requested it to be signed. You can request anything by CIG, and he'll happy to sign it for you. You just have to pay for the extra shipping or to Austin. Any of the members of CIG will happily sign your mouse pads, everything. You just have to request it through Concierge. I mean, they're happy. What?
You got to realize that it's Concierge is only if you've spent over $1,000 at the store. So,
oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, of course you didn't know that because you.
Just a heads up, guys. You got to spend more than $1,000.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding with you. First world problems, Clifford. First world problems.
Well, and that's what the comment that they made to me was like, they said I'm a lucky dog. I was like, luck has nothing to do with it. Everything I got out of life, I busted my butt for.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. No, it's funny.
No, I know it's what the people were commenting when I was talking about the ships. They're like, well, you're lucky you got all this extra income to splurge. I said, I'm not lucky, dude. That was 15 years in the making to get to that point, and plus. Versus other people who collect sports cars or work on vehicles for a hobby and stuff. Computers, this is my hobby.
Yeah.
Versus
right going out. Yeah, people who build muscle cars or something like that spend $8,000 on a new engine. It's yeah. I totally get it. I'm with you. I'd rather do that as well with computer stuff.
Yeah, computer nerds.
Computer nerds. All right, you ready for the next question? Okay.
Master Race, PC Master Race.
PC Master Race, represent! Okay, from Cyberwolf, would you like to have your hangars empty like they currently are, or would you rather have, say, extra characters you have from multiple pledge packages lounging around your hangar, maybe sleeping with each other, that kind of thing? This is from Cyberwolf.
Slacking bastards.
Yeah, they're sitting they're sitting there eating potato chips and Twinkies on the couch with big bellies, and they're playing video games.
Yeah. That'd be cool to have a few NPCs walking around doing some stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good to see how to implement it, because obviously if you're going to have the extra packages, you've got those NPCs anyway. Where would they be?
They would have their own hangars, wouldn't they?
It depends. I mean, you get to tell them what ship they want to be in. Yeah. I mean, the extra ship packages. I mean, I got 4 packages, so I got 3 spares. I could have them follow me around my hangar. That'd be cool. Doing a combo.
What shape are we going to choose today?
Yep. All right.
I'd want one as a valet. Driving my grey cat around.
Sure.
So yeah, exactly. So I can just rock up, get in my grey cat, be like, yeah, take me to the Connie.
Yeah.
Ooh, red waster.
The only reason I would want it is if I could bring it as a NPC in one of my ships to fly in the game. Like, I don't really care that much about my hangar until my friends and stuff can come and hang out in it. And then by that time, there's going to be NPCs and stuff anyways. So in between now and then, I spend so little time in the hangar. At the time being, right? Like later on when the game comes out and there's the room system and you can have friends or you can have your org hangar and stuff like that, then sure. But right now I don't really care.
What is Fluke saying? We need to get Rico on something like this on Friday night. What's he referring to?
I don't know. I mean, we've already got a show we do on Friday nights. Why the hell would we want to do another one?
I don't know.
I don't know. And you mentioned about the NPCs. Having people walk around. One feature I would really like to see in the hangar, just to see it, before the game, is where you could actually open the bay doors and just have a scenery of space to see. Would be neat.
Or if when you're in your ship, before it, because they could move the ships and reorganize them so the trainers are in front of the doors. Where when you set off the thing, instead of it just going into the simulation, I mean, I understand the lore behind it, but it would be cooler if the doors opened and you flew out, and then it just sort of went into that loading screen.
But yeah, aren't the deluxe? Aren't the hangars? Most of the hangars, except for the asteroid hangar, aren't they all planet side?
Yep.
The one, if you look at the original Chris Roberts video when they showed the arena commander, he actually came out. The the hangar was actually inside the terraformer.
Yeah, and they said afterwards that they specifically hacked the entry hangar into that space station just for the demo.
Yeah.
So
they
it
definitely
wouldn't be
could
in
do it that
space.
way, but
Yeah.
I think most people's hangar, because you have to pick a planet, right? So I think most people, at least the starting hangar anyway, is definitely going to be planet side. But
asteroid life.
except for the asteroid hangar.
Well, there's nothing to say that when you put your helmet on and you get in, that you then go into the arena commander, and then in the commander mode, you then fly out.
Right.
That would be
as,
cool.
as a suspension of disbelief, because if you're in your hangar, you're supposed to be on the planet, blah, blah, but once you're in the thing, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Well, that
It
or
would
just
also
like...
make-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
David.
go ahead. Okay.
Well,
It would also make for like a much more aesthetically pleasing loading screen for 20 minutes instead of that blue screen that we see,
Loading.
going in and going out and starting up the game and everything else.
Yeah, the loading in this game is just horrible right now.
Well, just like Harris was saying, even if it's plant side, the background scenery that they were showing during the freelancer commercial, they could put that like where the doors would actually open. You can actually see some of the stuff that are going on planet side.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just the random ships flying by in the distance.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
Would be
They
kinda
could just
cool.
play a looping video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loop it. Just loop
That's
it.
more aesthetically pleasing. That's all.
All right, moving on. Next one is from Domoshi. Any idea if the ships in Star Citizen will be showing signs of living wear and tear or trash, messy living areas? I think we talked about this like 8 months ago or something. You guys remember?
Yeah, they said it was going to show some wear over time.
And the Cutlass has stickers on it. Well, that's about all I can see. But it would be cool, though, if you were out like on a long extended journey that all of a sudden like it randomly started piling stuff up in the corners, like there was trash in the corner and,
Damn ship.
yeah, really dirty.
Like space dirt.
Yeah, you've been in there for a while. So, no, not just space dirt, but, you got like your little bottle of orange soda that you're drinking. You finish it up and it makes it...
You have like a bitching Betty mom edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to clean up your room, Trendy.
Oh, God. I'm just imagining Anna yelling at me more.
Yep. The corner of this place looks like hell. Clean it.
Yeah.
All right. Next one from Asta. How do you pronounce it?
ASN.
Sergey.
ASN.
ASN.
No.
Why is it
Novak.
ASN? It's ASA Serge Nowak. Oh,
No, it's
Yeah. ASN.
It's ATA.
Ada.
Sergey.
Sergey
Ada Sergey
Nowak.
Novak.
Okay. ASN. How excited are you guys for the new SIG PlanetSide video tomorrow?
Very excited.
I'm moist.
pretty excited for it. Yeah.
Very excited.
I'm very, very moist.
I'm so excited I can barely stand it.
What's the name of the donkey from Winnie the Pooh?
Oh,
Why am I
Eeyore.
blanking?
Eeyore.
Yeah, but he
Eeyore.
wasn't
Eeyore.
doing Eeyore. He was doing...
And actually, Peter Cullen from Transformers voiced him.
Yeah.
That was a little closer to Marvin the Paranoid.
yeah, it was
Android.
Marvin the Paranoid
Yeah.
Android, yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm bringing you down.
But yeah, I'm very excited of it. I can't wait to see what the development of doing it and everything.
All right, question...
I like all those little videos.
Yeah, they're cool. They definitely rile you up and get you excited, which is good. Good use of their money. ASN asks, do you think WTFosaurus can beat the hell out of you in Star Citizen multiplayer once it's stable? Yes. That's my
Considering you can
answer.
stomach
I
a
haven't
lot
seen
more,
anybody
the rest
fly.
of us can.
Yeah, he is stomaching a lot. You have a great sense of stomaching, WTF.
A great sense of stomaching.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing
guess
WTFO
it's-
being one of the ones to get the early release patches or whatever when they do the next module or whatever. I can see him getting a shot at it.
Yeah. So that would be, yes, I'm sure he'll kick my ass. How about you, Harris? You like to play the multiplayer thingy?
I did play a bunch of it in the beginning, and then I, like, for the first, 3 or 4 days, when I could actually connect and was willing to wait the loading times out. But I dropped off after a little while, and then I just was like, I kept going back in, and then I played one match or so every 3 or 4 days, and then I was like, I don't really want to do this right now.
Yeah, I've lost
Yeah, no,
interest.
that's completely fair. Like, I do it for a lot of different reasons, right? Number one, I like talking about Star Citizen, and it's an awesome live community where I get to talk to people right there and do that. The other thing is I sort of look at it as training for when the Persistent Universe comes out.
Hold on, pause.
But,
pause. I got a new subscriber.
Is it Doopsums?
Yeah.
Oh, gotta do my emotes.
Doopsums.
Doopsums. Thank you. I really need to. You guys remind me to turn this shit off when we're doing the stream.
Oh.
Too late now.
By the way.
Yeah,
okay.
Turn it off. I'll have to leave it up. But thank you.
That was in sync.
Thank you. Yeah, you were dancing with me. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It's like we're in the
Doopsums.
same room.
I love your face. Thank you so much.
Subscriber.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We need the new subscribers. I've gone from 300 down to about 242 right now.
Aw, sad face.
It is sad, Panda. The people are leaving me in droves. I'm a sinking ship, everybody. Get the fuck off, you rats.
Close Skype.
Yeah. Out. Out. Done. It's like pick up the mic and just drop it.
Hey, why don't you, Domo, you could do like, say, hey, I will shave my beard if I get 100 more subscribers back.
That's not acceptable.
Would he, though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
would he? Though?
I'll trim it.
That's the question.
I'll trim it.
Trim it.
It needs a good
See,
trimming.
I mean,
It's getting
I
long.
shaved mine and look at it, it's already almost bad.
See, the thing is, it's getting so long that it's hiding my shirt. So if I'm wearing a black shirt, it just kind of merges into my shirt, and people call me neckbeard because all they can see is my face up. They can't see my neck.
Wait. What if you get 100 subscribers and you shave everything but your neck beard? Just leave this under here. Just right here. Shave everything else.
And then become a real neckbeard because people don't know what it really means. But yeah, I could become a real neckbeard, which is I shave my face and my mustache and just go full on neckbeard, which you trim it way down low. I could do that.
Then you kind of look like the Gorton's fisherman.
I would. And I get myself an Amish hat. I could be like the Amish streamer.
It's just a black screen all the time.
Just streaming complete darkness.
Yeah. I don't believe in the streaming stuff. Who am I talking to? What is the internets? All right, so I'm moving on.
Okay.
Did you get a dog tag or a T-shirt? I got a dog tag. How about you guys?
I got both.
I have it.
You got both?
I have a dog. I want to get the Arena Commander shirt. I'm just trying not to spend money right now because I keep buying stuff from. I only have a Cutlass
it's so
package,
addicting.
and I've spent $360. I mean, it's not a lot compared to some of you guys, but all I have is a Cutlass package, so it's like I gotta stop spending so much money on it.
I will stream a whole day shirtless. Yeah.
I also want to. I want to make companion dog tags for org members as well, because it only comes with the one dog tag, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jenny.
I was going to say I was looking on the website when they did, I guess, the second round of dog tags, but they were the keychain style instead of the necklace ones.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I saw them, I was like, refresh 0. I'm like, yep, that's what I thought.
Yep.
And I don't get it. I mean, are they pre-ordering them or something? Because when we had Ben on last week, I said you guys realize that you need to put at least 20,000 up, not 2,000. What are you thinking? And he's like, well, we didn't expect such a run. It reminds me of that.
Especially if it's a pre-order, right?
Right.
Like it doesn't matter.
Cake or Death. You ever seen that Cake or Death thing from?
Yes.
Cake or Death. Cake or Death, and then he's like, well, we're all out of cake.
Cake or Death.
And he goes, we're all out of cake. And he goes, why? And he goes, well, I didn't expect such a run. It's like, obviously, everyone wants the dog tags. So just order 25 million of them and just leave them there until later.
I still stand by the side of what I said before about, do a pre-order run. Hey, we're doing this is the stuff that we're wanting to order. Everybody put in their pre-orders, and the cutoff date is this date, and then boom, order it. Boom, you're done. You're not out any money except for who bought.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Exactly.
How hard is that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Chronosplit says they don't want to carry dead stock. I don't think they would be carrying 20,000 very long.
I think all of them would go.
I think so too.
And I mean, I was talking to the guys in TeamSpeak about this when they said that even if they didn't do a pre-order, you have a fucking website with a forum on it. Do a frickin' poll.
Yeah.
Would you buy dog tags for $15 to $20? Yes or no? I bet you they'll have 50,000 people
Right,
vote
so
on
they
that
got
fucking
50,000,
poll.
so you cut it in half because, like, whenever I do polls or, something like that, you kind of have to guess that there's going to be some people saying yes that really aren't. So you say, okay, 50,000 said yes, order 20,000. Done.
So I may or may not have just bought a T-shirt.
So
Stay off this site. WTFosaurus, we're cutting
It's
you
too late.
off. You're
It's too
addicted.
late. It's done.
You're addicted.
Thank
Star
you for your
Citizen.
order. You've completed your payment.
You're just like
Now-
throwing money at a screen, just like, hey, take it.
now, how many
I
people
know.
are going to buy more than one set because they're figuring that they're going to get one for every pilot that they have, even if they get killed and they get a new pilot?
That's a good idea too.
And that's the thing. You can't account for the people who buy 3 or 4 sets on top of the ones that only get one. So
Yeah.
Because I know people who have got their first 3 or 5 characters already planned out, what their lineage is going to be.
That's
for
great.
the first thing.
well,
That is
I mean,
fantastic.
I bought 2. I bought one with my name on it, and I bought one with my org's name on it. So when I wear them together as a pair, it's me and my org.
That's a great idea. I was thinking about getting a dies one too, but I thought it was a little greedy because when I got on there, I was one of the first 50 people to order the dog tags because I was streaming at the time they went live. It was like, the dog tags are live. I went over there and it was exactly, I was one of the top 50. I was like, oh, cool.
If
They're
you
going
guys
to be here.
want,
But,
in the research of me looking for ones for my org, because I wanna sell some, like actual for my org. They come with the same rubber thing, and you can get them with either the keychain or the necklace. I can send you guys the links to that, and they do the laser engraving and
oh, it's
everything.
laser. I was going to
That's
say,
cool.
because the military ones are fairly common because when I was in the Navy, I could order those. Yeah.
Geekdomo, we need to order some dice.
We need to get some dies ones. Can,
Yes,
can they do
dies.
custom things? Well, I guess it was laser engraving, yeah. So
you can do custom ones. So I'm gonna make some overdrive ones. That's why I'm
You need to
doing
send your logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that. Okay, we'll look into that. That'll be great. Okay, let's move on. We got like 3,000 questions. We just keep chatting. Okay. Yoko's question, what do we think of the 890 jump picture? We already kind of talked a little bit about that. Sandy was not happy about the leaks. ASN asks, have you guys checked the Chris Roberts GameSpot interview?
No.
I did. I read it. It was pretty good. Somebody said it was like the best interview at GameSpot has ever done, and I was like, I don't know about that, but
I don't know about that.
But it
Was that the
That's
one where Chris
subjective.
Roberts sort of said that we're better than Elite or something?
I didn't get that gist. Maybe I didn't
There
see
was
that part.
one. There was one where I don't know if they the reporter took it out of context, or I don't know if it was the GameSpot one or if it was a different one. But it
Maybe
was
somebody
like,
check and verify that.
yeah.
Okay, so somebody
I
have
know
the
there
link?
was one of them.
Oh, hold on. It was on Reddit. That's where I read it. That's where I read it.
I didn't get that from the GameSpot interview.
Okay, I'm probably thinking of a different one where they
I don't.
probably
But see,
took
that's
some
I'm just kind of
context.
leery of that because Chris Roberts has been a really strong supporter of Elite. So,
No, it was just the way that they worded it in the article. Like I said, I'm not sure if it was the GameSpot one or if it was a different one, but it was just the way that they worded it, where they said, "Yeah, we really like what Elite is doing, and we're doing everything better." Or something.
You got the link? You got the link?
Okay, you found it.
Article. Let me read the quote.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
The level of ambition I think you're speaking is the question. Level of ambition I think you're speaking about is essentially the sky's the limit. Chris Roberts. I think that's why so many people are excited for and have backed Star Citizen, because it is the ambition of the vision, right? You know, Elite Dangerous looks great, right? And they're out there, but they're not even close to the level that we are.
Yes,
Partly because we put this vision out there and everybody says that's fucking crazy. But you know, I would love to see it happen. And I think people are signing up for that. So that's shots fired. Yes.
That is shots fired. That's well, I mean, Trent Dane and I both said that we prefer Elite Dangerous right now because it's more of a game for us. And there could be, people at SIG could be watching and listening to other, not just us, but other people saying the same kind of things, going, we're losing market share here to this other group that people can play the game. But as I've been saying all along, that yes, I can play Elite Dangerous now, but it is not what I'm going to play in 2 years when the Persistent Universe comes out. I probably won't play Elite Dangerous as much as I'll be playing Star Citizen.
I have to say this. I tried Elite Dangerous for the first time today.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask about that.
It was for me personally, after the amount of, I don't even know how many hours I have in.
You have lots.
There's no
4 or
slash
5.
played. I have 1 or 2 hours in Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Elite is way too slow for me. Way too slow.
But that's the pace that I particularly like.
Yeah.
Because we're old.
We're old and get out of my way, kid. Going slow.
And the controls were a little weird to me because not everything is mapped the same.
No.
So I think when you guys, especially Geekdomo and Trendane, when you guys are playing a lot of Elite, when you come back to Star Citizen, well, hopefully the key bindings are going to be in there so you can change things around because it's going to feel really, really weird. And it did for me. Like I'm going to give Elite a chance. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, that's it. I tried it for, I played it for like 20 minutes, half an hour today, and I was like, I can't do this right now. I have to try it off stream, get all my keybinds set up so they're the same as Star Citizen.
Never try to do it right live on stream. No matter what the game is, if the first time you're touching it, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, no, it's same thing with FTL. I was like, no, can't do this. I'm going to have to do it off stream, and then I'll come back on and I'll try it. But yeah, it definitely feels a lot different. But I see how they both have their qualities to them.
They do.
And I could see how some people maybe side with one over the other or whatever. But why not both?
Yeah, we've always been saying that here, that why not both, you know? I don't think there's any reason you can't play both. And Chris Roberts did fund Elite Dangerous, and what's the guy's name from Elite Dangerous? Shit, I keep forgetting his name. I feel bad.
I knew until you asked.
Yeah. Oh, David. David something.
David Brett.
Yeah, he has been supporting Star Citizen as well. But it's just the thing that there's only so much market share for right now for space games, and Elite is sort of taking a little bit of thunder away from Star Citizen, maybe.
Now, there are also a lot of people who maintain that it's sort of like, you know, a presidential election where out of a sense of professionalism you vote for the other candidate, you know, or something. And it's there are some people who are saying that no, the people at CIG only, they're only supporting Elite Dangerous because it's the PC thing to do.
But really, they want to crush them.
WoW.
It is all WoW clones, yeah.
Yeah,
they're all WoW clones.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like, oh yeah, go ahead. Let's move on.
I was gonna move on because we kind of beat that up a bunch of times. Right? Some ASN Elite Beta is hitting soon. Excited? I've been playing, and Trendane's been playing.
I've been playing.
And Clifford's been playing. But it is exciting for everybody else because it'll bring more people in. I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen when more people get in. Yeah.
I actually haven't played in over a week, so.
I haven't either. I'm
still one of the other.
And it may bring more people. May bring more people into the genre in general, right? Like me coming into this, I know some people may hate me for this, but I wasn't a big sci-fi guy before this, right? Like I like the first Star Wars. I've never watched Star Trek or anything like that, but I know.
Oh, get the fuck out!
I know, right? But it's like
you can't tell me what episode that Data had sex with Troy.
I don't even know what a Data is.
It wasn't Troy.
Oh, it wasn't Troy. I messed that right up.
But I know, right?
Was it
a lot of people?
Tasha,
I just lost half my followers right there. But yeah, I think maybe as both these games get bigger, there will be a lot of cross pollination, right? And you know, especially since Elite is a good thing to tie a lot of people over. For the people who can't sit and you know, bash their brains against the wall trying to get into Arena Commander and dealing with all the bugs and stuff like that, you know, Elite is a good substitute for the time being. So.
No, Data did not have sex with Troy. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Tasha, that.
I was like, what episode is this?
Just wanted to know she's wearing that sexy revealing cross-top thing that she had on. I was like, whoa. Actually, and he was a fully functioning Android.
She wasn't.
No. All right, moving on. Will 12.5 improve a lot of things? Theorycraft.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Next question. Will the PlanetSide module be coming out next? What are some of the features you hope to see coming out with it? Deathmatch, capture the flag, or just running around?
I thought FPS was next.
I thought it was next as well. Well, that is it. I mean, PlanetSide FPS.
I think you misspoke.
PlanetSide
module is different from the first-person shooting module.
Oh.
Yeah. FPS, you're going to need FPS to do the boarding stuff. You're going to need to do more advanced EVA
so
stuff.
Are we just going to be shooting at each other in our hangars?
No, but we may see maps that are in mining stations or on some of the bigger ships.
Yeah, so they're going to be in space kind of deal maps, not like PlanetSide. PlanetSide is totally different thing.
also may see some stuff that's similar if anybody's seen Shattered Horizon, which is something I play on my stream sometime, which is
That's
EVA.
exactly what I was-
Yeah, EVA first-person shooter where you're fighting around asteroids or little outside in space kind of little stations and stuff. Could be something like that.
Watching you play that during that birthday stream, that's when I first saw that. That was
Okay.
pretty cool.
Do you have Netflix?
Nope.
WTF?
No.
Nope.
We have to
I
get.
don't really watch TV.
No,
Maybe not.
it's not an excuse. You have multiple monitors. You can easily set one up to stream Star Trek all day long. You gotta catch
I would
up,
skip-
WTF.
Don't if you're not into sci-fi, don't watch the original.
No, you can watch the original in HD now. It looks beautiful.
Don't do that.
They went and
If you're
redid the whole
not
the ships
don't watch
again.
the original Star
Oh,
Trek.
come on! Kirk's
What?
acting
I
as some of the
haven't-
most.
You can
You want
appreciate.
to know
next
I'm mind
generation.
blown right now? I haven't seen Firefly. I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I haven't
That
seen.
thing.
Game of Thrones is okay. That's skippable.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad. I haven't seen. I don't know what else. is
You
popular.
Luddite! Wait,
I know.
living up in Canada.
Documentaries. I'm documentaries all day.
Oh God!
All right. Of all the ones you listed, the only one that I would really insist that you watch is Firefly.
Yeah, it's 14 episodes,
That's the
man.
only one I've been. That's the only one I've been considering.
It's easy peasy. 14 hours. No take. Done.
And it's really good.
It is
And
good.
it's
Alright,
You'll at the end. You'll be like, "Why the fuck did this get canceled?" Probably. Well, also too, when you watch it, it's in order. But when they actually aired it, they was all out of order. So it might be why it got canceled. But
Quick question: why
Yes.
wouldn't they just do a Kickstarter and then reboot it?
they did that for a movie.
I
They
hear
did.
a ton of people want it back, so why wouldn't they just do a Kickstarter?
Mm.
They get $1 trillion.
I don't know. That's up to what's his name?
Will Wheaton.
Joss.
Yeah,
Will
Josh
Wheaton.
Wheaton. Will Wheaton's brother.
Yeah, and and Nathan Fillion,
Yeah.
who may not come back. But
Shots fired. I said Game of Thrones was skippable, and it was like, whoa. No, I'm just saying, if you were into Game of Thrones is not that sci-fi, except if you count dragons being sci-fi, but that's more fantasy.
which they're not.
Right,
And the
but
White
read-
Walkers.
the
Go
White
read the
Walkers.
books. They're much better.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah,
Like,
Will
much
Wheaton's
better.
Will Wheaton's cousin Josh. Okay, let's move on. Is anybody interested in the M50 Racer? That's from AS. And this guy is definitely catching up to Cyberwolf. I mean, Cyberwolf is going to slit his throat here pretty soon. He's got 500 more questions here.
He's just filling in because Cyber's not here.
I know, this is great.
But
It
I like
takes
my
a
M50.
second.
I got an M50 and I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing it in
Now,
my hangar.
Geek Boy Sean, you are pissed off that Serenity is a steaming pile of sperm because they kill off almost the entire cast. That's
Wait,
why you're pissed.
Serenity was garbage. Let's not
I
even
was-
talk about Serenity.
How is a steaming
Spoiler
pile of sperm
alert.
a bad thing?
I don't know, but that's what Geek Boy said. Yes. Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah, WTF. Don't
Yeah.
watch Serenity. Yep. Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, Farscape. Yeah, go watch Farscape.
I'd like to
Farscape is
see
great
what they're-
too.
Excellent.
What
Jim
they're
Henson.
doing for the racing stuff to sort of bring it back on track there.
The
But
M50?
I like to see if it's going to be like an open space like Arena Commander is, or if it's going to be like, are they going to make a wormhole racing track thing where it's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
we
I
won't
don't-
know until we get a
and
place
with
to
the
actually
racing-
run around.
Is it like Mario Kart where you can shoot people and
That would
hit
be
them, or will
fun.
it strictly be racing?
No, I think it's strictly racing.
You could stick out oil slicks in space, like
I think it'll be like F-Zero. If you've ever
Well, they
played
have weapons on them, right?
maybe.
right.
They
So
do.
that's why
Yeah.
I think it'll be like F-Zero. A little bit. Where it's not exactly like there's no items or anything that you can shoot at people, but there's like
Right,
you
right,
have some means of destroying other ships by like bashing them or having fun.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it'll be more exciting than just racing.
What Trendane? A spark has hit Trendane spark.
What I was we've been talking before about like having the Arena Commander variant of like the Murray Cup, and then having like how is that going to compare to like the real one? And I'm thinking, what if there's like kids who want to they want to do the Murray Cup, but of course they can't because they can't even reach the freaking pedals. So maybe Arena Commander, the variant in Arena Commander is the one where they can, do the simulations of the Murray Cup. And then once a year they hold the real Murray Cup in the game, and it's not in Arena Commander. It's in the persistent universe.
That'd be cool.
And
So
you know,
it could get rated
everything's-
in real life or something.
That's a
That'd be
neat
kinda
idea.
in real life, what am I saying? But yeah, like in the persistent universe, that'd be kind of neat.
Shut up! It is real life, man. Some people spend more money in this than they do on their kids.
It would also be
True.
cool if they did the same thing with Arena Commander and made it sort of like a gladiator thing, where it's like you bring your actual ship and you bring your actual prey in it. That'd be kind of neat.
Good television.
I am Spartacus. Okay, let's move on.
Yep.
Do you think the website and shop will update? What do you think the website and shop update will include?
Eva?
Eva? Eva. Wally.
Hopefully
Okay.
they do give some org stuff on the website.
Like what?
I want to be able to message my members, maybe?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
or like
and
just more tools for...
yeah,
admin.
the because they have that fleet tab, but it's inactive. I hope they activate that to where it actually shows, you know, what ships you have in your organization and stuff like that.
Yeah, like right now, I'm just doing this. Like I just have this, and I'm just keeping a tally on paper of what we have.
Oh, that's paper.
What is this?
Paper.
It's awful binary.
Yeah.
The one side or the other. All right. Jump Point releases tomorrow night. Any guesses on what will be mentioned in the magazine? He has some questions here.
890. I think
Yeah,
we'll see
they're
more.
they're probably like, here's the official picture,
It's
everybody.
like, here's the actual stuff about the 890.
Some more planet side stuff, maybe, or whatever
Probably.
they're gonna be releasing in that video.
That'd be cool.
Maybe some hangar stuff.
I would like to see some more concept work on Squadron 42 a little bit, too.
Yeah, they
I'd
haven't
like
shown
to-
anything in a while.
Yeah, I'd like to see some little bit snippets of that.
All right. Out of the Vandal ships, which one is your favorite?
The Vandal ships.
Yeah. He says
King ship.
Yeah, King ship's included. Okay. Anybody else?
The
I
big
mean,
one.
I like the
King
Sky. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the one that I like. It's hang on, I have it.
To be
here.
honest, I'm a fan of how they're all like the H.R. Geiger style influence. Like I like all of them, to be honest. But
They look like floating
that's the
skeletons.
biggest. Yeah, they look very evil.
Yeah.
They make themselves easy bad guys.
Cool,
But I
cool.
think they all look
All right. Being a space trucker and Star Citizen seems like a favorite around the community. Will you guys choose a truck to truck fuel or solid items? Trendane?
Solid items.
Any specifics you're looking to train?
Oh, I didn't realize we were getting that in depth.
Yeah, let's go in depth. We're vapid, you
Those
know.
little bobblehead geisha dolls, I think, would be fun.
Those would be good.
Oh, probably. I mean, at first, it's important to note that my big thing is exploration. I mean, space trucking is a means to an end.
Right,
and
right,
that
to get
end
the good
is
ships, yeah.
exploration. So I will probably ship whatever I can that's going to, bring in the dough that I need
Yeah.
to fund whatever exploratory, mission I'm going to take off on. And I'm going to have to be very, very careful on figuring out, okay, if I'm going into completely unknown space, I need to stock up on enough stuff to get there and back, because what if I don't find anything to replenish along the way? So I have to be very, very careful. But I mean, trucking, I'll pretty much move anything legal.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm the opposite, but instead of trucking, I'd rather be kind of like a businessman. So I found myself moving more and more away from pure dogfighting. I don't know why, but I feel like
You're getting old.
I am getting old. That is actually part of it. That's true. But I feel like it'd be a lot more interesting to be kind of like a patron for like Trendane. Like you know how those old European monarchs used to hand money to like people like Columbus and be like, hey, go discover something and name it after me. Stuff like that. So I want to be a businessman, but kind of like also a philanthropist and a patron of the arts and the exploration people go get me money kind of deal. It'd be fun.
I'm gonna run spice, meth, and pleasure bots. That's pretty much what my goal is.
I'm happy running whatever we get from the player that we're taking it from.
Yep. I hear that.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I'm going to haul a lot of fuel. Since a lot of people seem to want the physical goods, I'm probably going to haul a lot of the gas and stuff like that. Because that's going to be pretty valuable for a lot of people, especially, traveling and explorers.
Excellent. All right. Well,
what about Bod? Bod didn't say anything.
Oh, and Stockus.
Yeah.
Stockus is awful quiet tonight. He's contemplating.
Space lube.
Space
55
lube.
gallons.
Space lube.
Yep. For the space
Only
whales.
man, use J lube. It comes in a powdered form. You can use a tablespoon to make a gallon of lube. Trust me, go with it.
Well, space lube also is when fried. It's a great snack because it takes the form of a viscous cheese. So
nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's what he's going to be hauling.
I have to go look at this now. Passion water-based lubricant in a 55-gallon drum. It's only $1,000. It's you save $2,500 if you buy it this way, or $1,500.
It's quite a lot.
It looks like it's
Unfortunately, there's no
photoshopped.
shipping.
That's just so photoshopped.
It doesn't exist until somebody orders it.
Exactly. And then somebody gets to work making lots and lots of lubricant.
Yeah, and they're just using those free giveaway packs, the little ones. Just filling a big
Squeezing
drum
it in there.
a water drum, just squeezing this out. It's worth the money.
It is. I would do it for $2,500.
Look at the top customer questions and answers for this thing.
Okay. What? Let's see what to say here. 25. Let's see. Is it kosher? No, it is used for porking. Is it family friendly? Your mom and I had a wonderful time. Can I bathe in this? My friend, you can bathe in anything. Any chance of getting this on Amazon subscription? This will be the first item distributed by Amazon Air, but an industrial type helicopter. How long can I use this product? How many days does it last? Enough that you can leave it for your children. Can it be used during religious excursions? Nobody answered that one. Not gonna touch that one. Okay, let's move on then. We're running out of time. So much time, so little lube. Who tried Star Citizen with ED or Oculus Rift? How was the experience in both games? Do any of us have an Oculus Rift?
I'm waiting for my SDK2 to get in.
Do you have the original one?
No, I don't have the original.
All right, so none of us have tried it, so I guess I can't say.
I'm holding off for the
version. When I was down at CIG Austin, I put on the...
Oh, you tried it.
The second generation one there. But I didn't... It was apparently set for whoever had been wearing it before, who clearly has one of his eyes in backwards, because they were not even close to sync. I put the thing on, I'm like, holy crap, what the hell is this? And I wanted to reach up and start adjusting. I'm like, no, just pay attention to one eye. So I basically just started, focusing on everything that was coming into this. I was like, I'm not really getting the 3D thing. It's like one eye's looking here and the other eye's like that way. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I believe it's different for different people. So
it's not good.
I tried Eve Valkyrie with the original Oculus Rift, and that was freaking incredible. Although very disorienting experience. And I gotta say, for me, it's uncomfortable wearing that thing for more than like 5 minutes. So I gotta say, at least the original one, because it had a lot of pointy edges and it was pretty heavy. So
mount screws pointed inside so that it locked into the bones and didn't move around too much.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
All right, moving on. Oh my God, hold on. That's tricky. Donated.
Good job, that's tricky.
I love you, As Tricky. Sorry, I know you guys can't hear it, but thank you, As Tricky.
I keep forgetting it's doing the thing on your stream.
Yeah, I know. Got the music. Legends says WTFosaurus has streamed our air conditioning since 1997. What do you think? This guy asks lots of questions, Esther.
Sergey.
Yeah, Sergey.
Yeah, ASN.
Yeah, ASN.
What was the question?
Legend says, this is more of a statement. Oh, what do we think?
Okay, it didn't sound like a question at all.
Legend says
I didn't hear it
WTFosaurus has streamed since 1997, the air conditioning, since 1997. What do you think?
Oh, what do I think? Sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
Go
All right.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
Question from Stockus. You okay, Tren?
Yeah.
Okay. Kimball. Question. Can you choose a main affiliate as much as you like? What's that?
He's talking about orgs.
He's basically he's asking, can you basically
it?
just swap constantly your main affiliate and your affiliate? I don't think there's anything stopping you from doing it, is there?
No, yeah, you can change
really.
everything. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was excited when the this is from Chronos Blood. I was excited when the AC came out, but in the past weeks I've not even bothered with it. How many citizens do you think feel the same way? No one's even streaming anymore either. I want it to be great. Well, there's one person streaming. He's sitting over
I
here.
stream it every day.
This side of me. He streams it every day. I guess you're no one.
I'm a nobody.
Oh, God.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
He's Canadian. That's what it is.
It's because I'm Canadian, that's why.
Well, yeah, Canada
Yeah,
doesn't
we don't
really exist.
We're not real people.
We figured that out last time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Magical
so
people.
other than WTFosaurus, because he obviously still does enjoy it, what's going on with the rest of us? Why aren't we playing it? What's going on?
I mean, I played it and streamed some week or so ago, and just to see those bugs appear to rubber banding, and when they fix it, I'll be doing some more for sure. But not until then. It was too buggy for me.
Yeah, I want a bigger map to fly in. It's just too close quarters for me. I mean, if I'm going combat, I'm not good in a flying simulator that close. I need a little bit more room to fly around. It's too cramped for me.
Yeah, it's kind of cramped.
It's a little repetitive too, right?
No, you can't answer. Shh. You play it every day. This is for the non-players and why we all hate it. Stockus.
I don't hate it. I'm just waiting for customizable bindings for my controller.
Okay.
Once I've got that, I can get back in and start playing again. But half the button configurations, backwards. So I'm like, oh well, fuck it. I'll wait until they fix that.
Stockus, what are you using?
Just Australian.
This is upside down.
It's upside down.
Okay, yeah. No,
Like,
Xbox controller sucks.
Ew, Xbox controller, nasty.
It doesn't suck.
I
It doesn't
hated
suck. I just like it set up a certain way. And that's as simple as that.
What is yours all glowy and red? What is that so pro?
Because I wanted mine to match my computer because I'm just like...
You're
it's like a shoes. Everything. Look at this.
Oh my god,
keyboard,
everything's so
mouse.
red.
Oh, they're pretty.
Then there's my computer and everything. It all
It's all
matches.
glowy and red.
Yeah.
Wow. Everything I have is a different
Makes
color.
you red.
So, like, my keyboard, the backlighting on my keyboard is blue.
Mhm.
My mouse is green. My computer is red. And, like, the controller is obviously multicolored.
What did I do with my controller?
Clifford, why aren't you playing?
Me? I already said.
Oh, missed it. Sorry.
Map's too small.
Map's too small. All right, that's right. Okay. And Bod, did you say? I'm sorry. I'm trying to see who answered.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the patch to fix it, and I'm going to play some more.
Okay.
You want to play some more? Yes.
Yes.
Bod, do you have any more crew beta keys you would want to share? I can't get one
No.
anywhere. Okay.
Yeah, I did answer him in chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get one. I have to roll down a little bit. Question for WTFosaurus. What other space flight sims do you currently play?
This is it. I just started Elite Dangerous today.
Hold on. Pause for a second.
play-
When you shine
yeah.
your light down at your keyboard, it screwed up your camera's white balance. You are now like a
Yeah,
Oompa Loompa.
I just changed it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so I play some Shattered Horizon, which is like a dead game from 2009, but it's really, really fun. There's no real other space sims that I play. I wasn't playing any flight sims or space sims before I got into this. It's just there's a lot of things about Star Citizen that have attracted me to it, and it just happens that I play it a lot now.
Some people think he's a natural, but I think it's all Anna.
It is Anna. Anna does everything for you.
Anna does all the work.
Yeah. Warwolf, quick question. Do you guys think early access guys are really getting an advantage, or later guys are getting better deal because they get a more refined product, less frustration? That's a good question.
That is actually a really good question. And I mean, here's what I'm wondering is the practice that we get in these early stages going to actually make it harder for us when the flight model is actually refined to be able to adapt ourselves to it, because we're used to sort of like in the way that we actually fly around, we're used to counteracting the forces that are imposed on us by the current limitations of the flight model. But when those limitations are removed and everything's refined and fixed up, is it going to make it harder for us to get into the rest of the dogfighting, and the people who come in later are just going to wipe the floor with us for a little bit until we get used to it again? I don't know.
I think I was terrible when I started. Like, I was really bad. So I think that if you're somebody like me, that I think anybody, obviously practice makes perfect, right? But when you're playing with the handicaps of rubber banding and all the issues that you're having and stuff like that, outside of like, the 30-hour load screens and everything else that doesn't affect it one way or another. But with the rubber banding and things like that, when you adapt to that, when all that stuff's gone and when everything's super smooth, I do way better. When it's me versus 3 other people, I can get like a 9-0 run of like 9 kills, 0 deaths. But when it's like all buggy and stuff, I'm dying left and right, and it's getting frustrating and stuff. I think that it's going to be beneficial. To be honest, like, it's just like anything else, right? The more you do it, the better you're going to become at it. And it just sort of depends on what your level is going in on it. It could be some people are used to flight simulators already, and so they're going to catch on a lot quicker. For me, it was a pretty steep learning curve. But now that I'm like, I do it every day, right? So, it's, if I was to just go in day one on Persistent Universe when it comes out, I wouldn't be confident in my skills as I am now. If that makes sense.
Sounds good. All right, let's keep going. We got to scoot right along. We got to go to the speed round here because we're getting a bunch more questions we got to get through. We're almost out of time. Has anyone heard if they're going to be able to add better, easier HOTAS supports? Any hints for places to find good setups, WTFO? This is from the dude.
Any good setups for HOTAS? I have no idea. I don't use HOTAS. I use mouse and keyboard.
They will be adding additional HOTAS support. Right now they have very, very basic level of, it'll move your ship, basically. All the buttons and finagly things you got to macro them yourself right now.
But there is an XML profile that you can edit, is there not? One of my buddies, Rookie, he uses pedals and a HOTAS, and he has his custom setup.
Right. Yeah. I think though the thing is that, well, if you have like one of those, I don't have mine in this room. My X50 Pro has all these buttons and knobs and weird other things. So if you want to sit down and edit the XML file and literally write out for every single button something for it to do, you can do that. I have not tried that. I don't know how well that works, or if some things don't work, or if it works for some HOTAS setups or not. But I know for a fact that it's an active process for them working on the different the controller configurations and movement configurations. That's still an ongoing active process. That's still something that they're working on.
Yeah, I already did my XML for my Warthog, and I posted that link before, where I did the video on the setup and everything and how to manipulate the XML file. Because they had CIG had a bunch of goofy stuff that was making it mess up a lot, and I had to kind of restructure it to where it actually work.
Sorry, I'm just checking something. Sorry, Relum was just asking me about my mic. I guess it sounds really bad on the bass, but not on the stream. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that offline. Sorry. Chronos Blood question: do you guys think the Persistent Universe is going to work as people being dropped in the same area as people they may may not know. As I understand, it's handled from the cloud, whatever that is. You guys, any idea?
Well, hey, okay. So I think this question's about instancing, and I think instancing is still a little bit vague. But the way that they do instancing is that they have reserved slots, so that there are slots that are reserved for things like capital ships. There are slots which are reserved specifically for people who are in the same organization as some people who are already in the system, and there are slots that are reserved for people who are completely unrelated to any party that's in a current instance. So if you are, it's not necessarily the case that if you go into an instance or you go into an area, you're put into an instance of that area where you're put into an instance of an area only because another area is full. It may be that there's still slots available in another instance, but they're reserved for ships that they're reserved for certain types of ships or a certain group of ships, so that you may not qualify to enter that instance. You might be shoved onto sort of a secondary instance or another instance of that area. So that's how I've understood it.
This makes me wonder then, what happens if you've got like a whole shit ton of people who are in Imperium and like there's a central base of operations and they're all coming into, to do whatever commerce or trading or whatnot, wherever the main base happens to be. And of course, the system can't handle 2,000 ships and or crews at the same time. So how's that going to get divvied up?
I have no idea. I don't think they've even thought about that.
Good answer.
All right. I guess that's our last question. So let's go around the room real quick and tell everybody where they can find us. Mr. WTFosaurus.
I am WTFosaurus on both Twitch and Twitter. Easy.
Awesome. That's it. Mr. Perfect.
You can find me on Twitter at Perfect Nerd. You can find me on Twitch at Perfect_Nerd. While you're at it, why don't you just follow all of us lovely bearded warriors, Amazonian princesses, as you would by going to bit.ly/beardwar. You're going to have to follow us one at a time now because unfortunately...
Sad face.
That is really big
we're
sad
now
face.
BWAP, by the way.
We're BWAP.
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 BWAP. So we're BWAP. So follow all the BWAPs.
The BWAPers.
And yeah, so I will be getting back into the swing of things. I've been out of town, so I've been unable to do anything. I did do some things when I was away, like the Arcade Beta, but I wasn't able to stream anything, unfortunately, because I was not here.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah. Good to be back.
Yay.
All right, next up is Mr. Clifford. Well, no, actually, Bod the Sausage.
The sausage. Just Bod699 everywhere. Been trying to stream a bit more lately. Been doing betas this week, Destiny and the crew. But
is Destiny out for Xbox One?
Yes,
okay.
It is. I do have spare codes if you want to try it out. Got a few more days left.
I have it. I just got it today.
Yeah, good. But it's definitely worth looking at for sure. Even if you don't play FPS as much and on a controller, it's going to suck. It's worth looking at. For sure.
Cool.
Luke, sorry, real quick. Well, I'll answer when I come back around to me. Clifford, tell us about your stuff.
Clifford, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Clifford _ aka Miku or Clifford _ Miku, and same on Twitter too. So everywhere.
Okay, Starcast.
Sergeant Stackers everywhere on Twitter at Sergeant Stackers, Twitch Sergeant Stackers. I am currently under your bed, gnawing on your crusty socks.
Join Baldy.
Thanks, sleeps.
Yeah, like if you want to join a crew on Star Citizen of pirating needs, you can try what the fuck's
Overdrive. Yep.
Overdrive and Domo's Dies, or if you want to be in the middle like a nice sexy sandwich like the cream of an Oreo, you could try Balls Deep.
Yeah. Balls
I'm pretty
deep.
sure we're all friends, so
Yeah.
We are.
in the game. So
We're gonna help each other out.
you know, yeah, for sure.
All right, and Mr. Trendane.
Oh, yes, Trendane everywhere. Sorry, I had to double check that real quick and quadruple check it. Not only am I here and over on my channel, and I'm starting to trying to strike that balance between streaming and YouTube, because I've been kind of falling off the YouTube bandwagon a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm also, and I have to say this because I'm over there, and they are simulcasting for us on the base, and so you can catch me there tomorrow night-ish, depending on what time of day it is for you. You know, because I mean, if you're over on Terra or Stanton, it could be any time of day. Who knows? And then that'll be tomorrow on Base Radio. And Zelfos keeps screaming my name for some reason. I don't understand why.
He loves you.
I'm not even having sex with him, and he's still screaming my name.
That's good.
Every heist, he's got to start screaming my name. I love that line. Was there something else? It seemed like there was something else that I should have.
The giveaway tomorrow night.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know what it is.
Oh, giving away.
I usually don't know what that is until like 5 minutes before we start. So, but
Gladius.
apparently, according to Cronus Blood, I am one of the most skilled space truckers in Elite.
Actually, probably very true.
Yeah.
Just because I can get a freaking
ship in and out of the
well,
you're good at getting really large things in small packages.
So yeah, there's that. As soon as Star Citizen has something for me to do that I will enjoy, I will happily, eagerly, cross the line.
Question from the dude real quick, and Snowman might be able to answer as well. Do you know if streamers can stream the bass for music, or if you're not allowed to do that?
I have no idea. You would have to ask Rico.
It does fall into the gray area of, as streamers we're not supposed to technically be streaming music, but people do anyway.
But if Rico says okay, and Rico does have that Canadian license, that wonderful Canadian broadcasting.
But that license does not extend to third parties. Like if you stream
it, a gray area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Canadians are so good.
I will tell you though, as streamers, you can always stream, just to be safe. You can always stream OC Remix Radio for fun. That stuff is all
public domain or whatever. All right.
In terms of copyright protection,
because you cut out there.
All free.
Yep.
So.
All right, and then I'm Geekdomo everywhere, and people are asking about my streaming schedule. I stream Monday through Monday. I stream 7 days a week. From about, I'm moving it back a little bit. I got to change my offline screen. I'm moving it to about 8 a.m. to about 1 to 2 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern time, and then I take a break and I come back in the evenings 5, 6 o'clock and stream for 2-3 more hours. So
you stream whore.
I'm a stream whore. There's something that somebody told me, a professional streamer, that is called ABS, and it's always be streaming. And if you're not growing.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't say what my schedule was. It's 1 to 6 every day.
Oh, there you go.
PST.
PST. Weird times out there, you guys.
Pacific Standard Time.
Oh, we lost Harris. Okay. Well, let's get out of here anyway. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Big loves in the face. I think I'm probably going to be hosting WTF. And real quick before we go, the new hosting feature, which is still being ironed out. We had a developer in the chat earlier talking to us about it, what features we like, what we don't like. Basically, I'm going to be streaming WTF playing here on my channel. If you chat on my channel, he can't see it. So you're going to have to either go to his channel.
Pop out your channel.
Pop out you can.
Yeah.
But. Yeah. So people were streaming us or hosting us tonight as well. It's a good way to combine a lot of different audiences onto a single stream, which this will grow over time, and it's gonna be pretty cool. Thank you, everybody.
Be playing
Go ahead.
Right after this.
What are you playing?
I'll be playing Star